You're telling me that this whole season ends like this? Everything, every game led up to this point this season. After a shocking end to the Premier League season, we have one final chance, to get back where we belong in the Champions League. And we couldn't even turn up. Where were half our players tonight? Relying on Willock to come on in the second half to rescue us. Willock! It wasn't meant to end like this. This was such a great opportunity to not only get back in the Champions League, but to rescue what's been a very average season. But also, someone like Petr Cech, a true legend of the game, he could have signed off with lifting a trophy against his old club. It would have been perfect. Koscielny's last game for Arsenal, potentially. It would have been him lifting the trophy. But no, we've been dominated and smashed 4-1. It was like a pre-season friendly. It really was. Before the game kicked off, I think everyone knew that this wasn't going to be a typical Europa League final or Champions League final-esque kind of game. You know, where the atmosphere is crazy, it's loud. It was just, there was nothing. I feel so sorry for the Arsenal fans that made that trip today. I think an average cost of like £1,700 to get there. Upwards of 20 to 30 hours of travelling to watch that shite. Nah, it's just not right. It's not right. This isn't where we should be. This isn't what Arsenal Football Club is about. It isn't. And Chelsea, they're serial winners, man. It was always going to happen. Turns out I got some of my prediction right. I said Chelsea would score first. They went 1-0 up and I'm thinking, do you know what? It's okay. We can probably still recover this. You know, we haven't really been capitulating under Emery. We've been doing okay when we go behind. We've come back a lot of times. But no, boy, was I wrong. Because this is Arsenal Football Club. The club that gets to these finals and bottles it. The club that gets into a great position to hit that top 4 spot and then bottles it. 1-0 against Brighton at home. Losing to Crystal Palace, Everton. Why not give everyone points at the end of the season? Yeah, why not? Who needs to get top 4 when you can just do it the hard way? Let's just go through the Europa League. I don't know, man. I just despair. And you know what? I don't actually blame the manager. I don't blame most of the players. I blame the people up high at Arsenal Football Club. The Stan Kroenke, let's go build a freaking farm. Yeah, let's go and spend loads of money on a farm. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's not invest in the club. You know, we're just a business. We're here to make profit as a football club. We're not here to play beautiful football and win trophies. Yes, we've won the FA Cup a couple of times in recent history, but who gives a flying f***, you know? Who actually cares? This isn't where Arsenal should be. It's an absolute joke. It really isn't fair, man. It's not fair. It's absolutely unfair on the supporters that we go through this every single year. So the reason I'm actually so angry about this, it's not just the fact that, you know, we haven't made it into the Champions League. Of course, that's awful. But it's just the status of the club is being affected massively by not being in the Champions League. How are we meant to sign players that are actually going to help us? Let's say we've got 2 players that we really want to sign this summer. It wouldn't surprise me if we contacted them weeks ago and said, this is what we can offer you, this is the amount of money, come to Arsenal, we're a fantastic club. And they would have come back and said, yeah, great, respect you guys, fantastic club, fantastic history, Emirates is a beautiful place, I'd love to live in London, bring my family across, but one thing, I'll only sign it if you get Champions League football, because I'm a great player at my current club, we're in the Champions League, why would I want to demote myself? Why would I want to come to you guys, even if it's for more money, and not play in the Champions League? Come back to me when you've got through, yeah? When you've won the final. Okay, yeah, we'll be back in touch. Now what? Now we go in for those players that... We'll go in for players like El Neni. It's not going to happen. And now... We're not going to have any money. We've got, what, 40 million to spend? Going into the Champions League next season, plus the Arsenal / Adidas kit sponsorship, we would be going in with a lot more money. But now we're going to sign one player at this rate, and that one player isn't going to be any good. If you want a good player, you're looking at 60 million plus these days. You don't just sign someone that's Champions League ready, top quality, getting into our first team for less than 40 mil. It just isn't going to happen. Emery has done the absolute best he can with this current squad, but it is so blindingly obvious that it's just a crap squad in general, isn't it? Going forward, yes, we've got some great players, but what's the point in being good going forward if you can't defend? When you've got players like Mustafi. He didn't even play today, and I still hate him. I'm still pissed off with him. We've got players like Monreal, second-rate centre-backs, man. Koscielny, I love the guy, but it's time. He'll be going. There's no way you can tell me that he should play as a first centre-back next season onwards. We can do so much better. Socrates, sure, he's had a pretty okay first season, but he isn't good enough to be our main centre-back. We need to bring in some freaking defenders, man, and we've got 40 million. You couldn't even buy half of Van Dijk. You couldn't buy his right leg for that kind of money. It's ridiculous, man. That's it. And if Tottenham win the Champions League on Saturday, I'm actually going to delete my social media because I cannot fathom that. It's already just an atrocious feeling. And that will just, oh, the cherry on top. Liverpool, I swear to God, if you don't win that game. And that's bad enough as it is. Having a rival like Liverpool, they're not even our rivals. Why am I even saying that? They're miles ahead of us. But having a team like Liverpool win the Champions League, it hurts, man. Yeah, great for English football. Yeah, if you talk about it like that, great, fantastic for English football. For English teams in the finals. Yeah, well done, round of applause. But Liverpool winning the Champions League is 1,000,000 times easier to take than Tottenham winning the Champions League. If they win that Champions League final, you won't hear from me for a while. No, that will be worse than this. And this is really shit right now. This is a solid, like, 9 out of 10 disappointment and anger. There's that 1 out of 10 feeling right now where it's like, do you know what? It's okay. We still made it to the final. We're still up there in the top 4. We're okay. We'll probably do something next year. But no, 9 out of 10 of me right now is just like, I'm done with this football club. I'm done. I can't be bothered. 12 years ago, I think it was. I can't be bothered to do maths right now, but when we were in that Champions League final, I think it was 2007, Barcelona, I sat in my mum and dad's kitchen on the kitchen table because they kicked me out the front room to watch frickin' EastEnders or some shit. I'm sitting there watching the game, praying that we win because the next day or whatever, the next few days when I go back to school, everyone's going to be ripping on me if we lose it. I really, really wanted us to win that final, and I was so young, and, you know, football wasn't what it is now for me. It's completely different as you kind of do it as a living, I guess. You know, I talk about football all the time, but I've got that same freaking feeling, man. When I saw that red card, I know we scored, then they went and scored, then it was 2-1, and that sinking feeling when Chelsea made it 2-0, that same feeling when I was a kid sitting on that kitchen table watching that game on a shitty little 12-inch TV with crap signal, I felt sick. Because I knew what had happened. We'd thrown it away. A whole season's worth of hard work, shit results, good results. We went on a really nice unbeaten streak. And then we went through some absolute crap. And then we're changing formation every week. But finally, we feel like we're making some progress. We've got 8 games to go in the Premier League. Top 4's in our hands. If we win our games, that's it. We're in the Champions League. We're on the up. We've got the Europa League to come as well. That's gone. We've now got the Europa League final. Chelsea stand our way. We're going into this game slight favourites. They've got injuries. They're having freaking bust-ups the day before, which I think was all fake now anyway. Kante, their best midfielder, injured. Yeah, right, as if he was actually injured. And then we bottle the final as well. So that's how I'm feeling right now about our season. The amount of crap we've got to sell from this club. And it's not just the players. We need to... Higher up, man, needs to be sorted because... We're going nowhere like this. We're really going nowhere. It's felt like this for years now, and it's so frustrating. I was going to buy those Adidas kits. Yeah, I'm not going to now. You're telling me you want me to invest, let's say it's 120, 130 quid for 2 bits of cloth. It doesn't mean anything. What are we going to be doing next year in those kits? Europa League! We're going to Karabag FC again, boys! Thursday nights are back. I don't want to wear that shit. I don't want to. I'm sick of it, man. I love the club, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I love the club. And I'm going to support Arsenal for the rest of my life. There's no doubt in my mind. And there will be, hopefully, better days to come. But we're so far off. We are so far off. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. You could give us Pep Guardiola tomorrow and this would happen next year. It's the DNA of our club these days. We're just a comedy club. We don't do these things right. When we scored, when Iwobi came on and scored, bless Iwobi, okay, one of the... let's not even get into that. Scores a beautiful goal. And I actually sat there thinking, oh my God, we can do a Liverpool here. We can do a Tottenham here. Oh my God, it's going to happen. Oh, never mind, we're 4-1 down now. I actually thought we could mount a comeback. I actually sat there and thought, I can see this happening, you know. I'm sitting there with Ellen. I'm getting married to her this summer. I'm really excited for that, but right now I just don't want to be here, right? I'm sitting there saying, Ellen, we might, you know, if we score and make it, we'll do a comeback. We're going to win this. They literally go down the other end and score because our pathetic, shoddy defence don't know how to freaking move into space and stop them from scoring such simple goals. My gran could have defended that better. I remember Ellen saying, when Ozil got subbed off, what was it, the 60th minute or something, she went, oh, Ozil's playing? Oh, I didn't even know that. And that's just an innocent view. She was sitting there on her phone. She wasn't watching it, but she couldn't believe that Ozil was on the pitch. Where was he today? I'm sorry, Mesut Ozil, 350 grand a week. Where were you? And he's on the bench sulking. Oh, we've lost the final. Do something then. You've got Eden Hazard, a true world-class player who plays when it matters. Who stepped up to take the penalty to get them into the final? Hazard. Who stepped up today? Hazard. Who didn't step up today? Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Kolasinac. Just didn't do anything. It was just shocking. It was shocking. Petr Cech. Love the guy, man. What a true professional. Yes, he's been bad for us. I think in general, since he's joined Arsenal, he hasn't been that great. But do you know what? He showed more professionalism, more heart, more spirit than anyone else today. And I applauded some of those saves. He was spectacular tonight and he deserved more. He deserved to lift that trophy. That was his last game as a footballer. And guess what? He's off to Chelsea now. Good on him. Well done, Petr Cech. Fantastic career. I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm relieved this season's done. It's done and dusted. There's no point talking about what's happened. It's all in the past now. It's going to take an absolutely monumental effort this summer if we're not bringing in enough players, if we're not finding that money somehow, to get this squad winning things. I just don't see it. We're not going to win things with this squad as it is. It won't happen. Please, Liverpool, please, I beg you, Liverpool, beat Tottenham. And I'm not just saying beat them, just please, can you smash them 17-0? Because, quite honestly, I know this sucks and it feels really bad right now, but in a few years' time, when I look back at this, it won't be half as bad if Tottenham didn't win anything as well. If I look back and think of this year as, oh yeah, that time we got to the Europa League final and bottled it against Chelsea, and then the very next few days, Tottenham won the Champions League to completely disintegrate this rivalry. They would absolutely topple us if they win that on Saturday. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that at all. So I'm praying. I will be watching that game, but I will be so nervous. Almost as nervous as tonight. I was really bricking it. But 4-1. Job done for Chelsea. Fully deserved it. Credit goes to them. Arsenal are a pile of wank, and that's it really, isn't it? So thank you once again, guys, for the support on Operation Arsenal that I've done for a whole other year. We've done it for 2 years straight now, and I haven't missed a single upload. And I hope you guys enjoy this, because every single time I upload this video, or the videos of this series, it's always right after the game. Straight away, I watch every single game, and right after it, as long as I'm at home, of course, I'm straight into recording. You get my raw feelings, okay? And I want to provide that for you next season as well. So if you're watching this review, and if you're not subscribed, and if you somewhat enjoyed my feelings of this, just hit that subscribe button, because when we get to the pre-season games, when we start hearing signings, I'll be uploading again, and it's going to be a fresh new season. We go again. We go again, boys. We go again. It's been a disappointing season. It really has. We've got nothing to show for our efforts. We deserved something. Emery's done a good job with what he's got. Give him another year or two. Give him a few more transfer windows. Give him the freaking money. And maybe, just maybe, in a couple of years' time, I'll be sitting at the end of these videos saying that we've won the Europa League, or won the Champions League, or finished second in the Premier League again. Like, you know, just something better than this shit. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.